Howdy, folks. It is your host, Michael Saylor? Michael. What is my name? Michael Jordan? Michael Phelps? Michael Jackson? No, I'm Michael Garza. That's who I am. I'm going through an identity crisis. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, that was a shitty intro. My voice is a little bit hoarse right now. I'm just a little tired. Drinking some energy drinks, though. Going live. I drank a little bit of beer last night. Not too much, though. But feeling ready to roll. Down in a Monster Energy drink. Getting my freak on with the Monster Energy drink. So, how are we going to prepare our portfolios is probably the question you want to ask yourself right now. How? How do I do this? How do I prepare my portfolio for a Donald Trump victory or a Kamala Harris victory? How do I know what's going to happen? It's tough. As much as I want to believe that Trump is going to win, I do think he is going to win. I think it's going to be I wouldn't say I'd like to believe a landslide. Because a landslide at least is a more secure route. But truth be told, nobody truly knows. Every voting is a private thing. We don't know how many people resent Harris or how many people resent Trump. I think a lot of this election comes down to resentment. Let's put out a poll real quick. This is not going to be a long live stream. In fact, this is going to be a relatively short live stream, if anything. Let's get the polls going. Strip polls. I'm going to get a poll going for you guys here. One moment, folks. Which presidential candidate will be better for your portfolio? All right, we got the poll underway. Oh my God. Redbeard says, who will be Trump's Secretary of State, Mike? I don't know, man. It's a good question. I have no idea. Loud Enough says, you listen to 666 Mafia? 36 Mafia. Not really. I know of 36 Mafia. I think I've listened to a couple songs. But, never been like a huge fan. Just never really into their music that much, I guess. Emilio W says, what's up, queso? Anyway, real quick, I'm going to highlight some comments real fast, and 1 second here, folks. Just got to get this ready to roll. You guys have to give me a second here. 369, damn, she fine. One more time, get low. To the window, to the wall. Sweat drop down these balls. All these bitches crawl. No, ski, motherfucker. Oh, ski. All right. So all y'all are wondering, who will be Trump's Secretary of State? Like I said, don't know. I listening 3-6 Mafia. Nope. What's up, Queso? Nothing much. Nothing much, brother. Queso. What is I'm not looking up Queso. I don't know what the hell's Queso. I don't know. Natalie asks, do you like Donald Trump? Yeah, I'm all about Donald Trump, man. I'm all about that Trump life, man. Voting for Trump completely. I already voted for him, actually. I did early voting here in Oregon. The reason we call it Oregon is because the population here is clearly gone. I mean, if Trump flipped Oregon, like if Trump legitimately flips Oregon, I will be so fucking happy. I think people on Portland are actually tired of Democrat rule. I think we've finally I'd like to believe we've become woke here in Oregon to the fact that Donald Trump's better. We've woken up. But yeah, Donald Trump's the man. I'm voting for him. Now this is a question of, how. One second, folks. Sorry about that. So this is how to prepare your portfolio. Now, this is not financial advice. This is just hypothetical, educational. Honestly, this is kind of my personal beliefs. Obviously, talk to a financial advisor. You want to make sure that's what you do. I honestly believe talking to a financial advisor is your best bet. And yeah, so talk to a financial advisor. That's really my best thing I can tell you. Now, as far as to go, this is not going to be a very long live stream, by the way, because I do have to leave. I do have to start preparing to leave at 9:20. I'm going to try to start getting my butt out of here, just because I'm going to go see my girlfriend, see how she's doing, hang out with the kitties, the cats. Let's see. Natalie says hi. Hello, Natalie. Ape says, is there a lot of drugs? Is there a lot of drugs where? I mean, this is a good drug right here. All right. Redbeard says, Mike, real quick, go listen to Tom McDonald's new song just really quick. All right. I'm just going to look it up on my phone. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up, brother. I'm looking it up. Hold on. I'm getting there. We'll figure this shit out. I'm going to try to be a little more ample with this here. Try to get both angles. You guys still hear me pretty well? Yeah. It's called Goodbye Joe. Let's see. I'm looking it up, though. I'm just going to look it up on my phone. Probably play a little bit of it. I'm just going to react to it just through looking at my phone real quick. Full of evil folks, Americans ain't free no more. They don't respect folks like you and me. The way we're treated ain't been fair. Fake news on every TV. For years we've been in this nightmare, but it killed American dream. We can't afford our lives here. Rent, food, and gasoline. These colors don't run, and the only one he wants, but he don't tread on me. I won't forget the ones who died for our freedom, and I ain't gonna hand it back. Pretty dope, dude. It's a pretty good song, man. I'm not gonna listen to the whole thing right now, but that was a pretty good one. I like it, man. Let's see. He means in your state. It's called good. It's a good song, man. I like that. It was a decent. Tom McDonald's pretty good, man. He's got a good rap. What do you call it? What's the rap bars? He's just good at rapping. He's a great rapper. Good singer too, man. He's kind of got the rap singing thing. He's got kind of a hip hop vibe to him. If I were to really say, yeah, kind of hip hop country a little bit. He kind of genre blends a little bit. I like people who genre blend. I think it's fun. Or people who are trying to be really creative and create their own genre. Like, what was it? I think Florida Georgia Line, even though I don't think they're that great. I think they're good, but they're not that great. I think that Florida Georgia Line kind of blended rap and country together, which was hilarious. It was a good combo. It's just kind of the way Linkin Park blended rock and rap together, which was fucking awesome, by the way. It was a great I think there were other bands that had done it, but did not receive the commercial success that Linkin Park had. But yeah, Tom McDonald's great, man. That's awesome. But yeah, go Trump, dude. Daddy Trump. I'm ready. Look, truth be told, I really do believe that Trump is going to win. I'd like to believe he will. But here, how do you prepare your portfolios? This is the root question. So if I'm always going to be diversified. That's the key. No matter who wins, whether it's Trump, whether it's Kamala, I am going to be diversified. Now, another thing is I have 12 to 15% or more of my portfolio, and the more can vary on how little or on how. Let me rephrase that. Hold on. 12 to 15% of my portfolio is swing tradable. What that means is I swing trade 12 to 15% of my portfolio, and I buy certain ETFs that I only buy specifically for the use of swing trading. So I usually buy low and sell high on these. Now, I'm only doing that for one thing right now, and that's the BITI, which allows me to bet against the price movements of Bitcoin. I do, and I'm not promoting this, by the way. I do not endorse this. This is what I do, and I want to reveal it because I like to be transparent. So what I do, like I said, 12 to 15% or more of my portfolio is BITI related. Now, if the BITI skyrockets to the moon because Bitcoin crashes really hard, that's great. That's great. I just think that Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme, and I do think that, here's the thing, I do think that Bitcoin will go up if Trump wins, only because even though I love Trump, I do disagree with him wholeheartedly on Bitcoin. I do think Bitcoin is a pure play Ponzi scheme. I think the technology behind it, the software behind it is really cool, really neat. However, I don't think it's worth anything, and I think it's a stupid Ponzi scheme that can never really truly have legs. Anyway, so I'll always bet against Bitcoin, even though I own Bitcoin. That's the hedge fund man in me. I'm not a hedge fund guy, really, and I've never worked for a hedge fund. When I say the hedge fund man in me, I mean there's a hedge fund guy fucking me in the ass. Just kidding on that one. But what I'm trying to say, my sense of humor sucks. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at though is that I really do have a very hedge fund mentality when it comes to swing trading. Redbeard says I enjoy his lyrics. Yeah, Tom McDonald's great, man. I love him. He's good. Now, I will say this. Swing trading for me is a big thing. I have the BITI because I don't believe in Bitcoin at all. I really do believe that Bitcoin is a digital Ponzi scheme, and it basically there's a bunch of old investors who really try to persuade the new investors to get in and throw their money away into it, and then that artificially puts up the price to a higher perceived value. And now, don't get me wrong. I own Bitcoin. I don't ever intend on selling it, and that's on purpose. It's not because I believe in Bitcoin, because I don't. I only use Bitcoin as a way of getting quick cash for my portfolio to fund my portfolio for other long-term investments. I don't truly believe Bitcoin's a long-term investment. In fact, I hold what I hold because if it does go up to the moon and keeps going up, then at least any losses I have from having a bet against it basically are compensated by the unrealized gains. So unrealized losses are compensated by unrealized gains, et cetera, et cetera. Now, once the biddy starts going up because of the downfall of Bitcoin, that's when I start selling piece by piece by piece, share by share by share. Luckily, we live in an age where you don't have to pay a commission fee, so you still get a pretty okay profit. You get little micro profits, essentially. You don't get like super huge ones, but it's a way for you to constantly make a little bit of money every day from your portfolio. And, if Bitcoin crashes heavily, that's great. That's great for the biddy, man. That means I can sell piece by piece by piece by piece and more, make little profits here and there. And then if Bitcoin goes back up on a bull run again, then I can, bet against Bitcoin again. So. All right, let's look at the polls real quick. Which presidential candidate will be, which presidential candidate will be better for your stock portfolio? So far, we got 7 votes in. 14% say Kamala Harris, and 86% say Donald Trump. Oh, boy. There we go. Redbeard says poly market shows the gap is closing. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. Is there any indication of why the gap is closing? Because I was looking at poly market earlier, and actually those results actually confused me a little bit. Because Trump was doing really well, and all of a sudden his odds are now lower. That seems a little bit odd. Seems a little bit stymied to me. Oh, here we go. So Trump is now, let's take a look. Trump is at 54% in the poly market, whereas Kamala is 46%. And don't get me wrong, it's close. Like, Trump still has the slight advantage in this betting market, but it's, Gabriel Martinez says, depends on the stock. Also, I don't think that's the most crucial criteria for selecting a presidential candidate. It's not the most crucial criteria, and I'm not saying that it is. What I'm trying to say is I'm just asking you, based on this poll that I put out, which presidential candidate will be better for your stock portfolio? I'm not saying that you should vote for that candidate based on that. I'm just saying, which one do you think, personally? I just want to know what your voice thinks, what your mind thinks. Me personally, I think Trump will be better for the economy. I think he'll be better for the growth of the overall GDP. I really do. I think he wants to bring U.S. manufacturing back. He wants to make us energy independent, which is something that Biden and Harris did not do. In fact, they've done everything, in my opinion, to stifle energy independence. So I'm just not a huge fan of them at this point. I think they've done a lot to in a lot of ways ruin this country, and I'm just not a fan of what I've been seeing. So yeah. So essentially, what I'm trying to say is I don't believe in Trump or Harris. Well, no, sorry, I don't believe in Harris. In Walls, I believe in Trump and Vance. Sorry, a little tired this morning. Now this live stream is not going to be the longest, but But yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. Any super chats, by the way, you guys send, I will be super appreciative of. You don't have to. Super chats are never a requirement, obviously. We would love it if you subscribe to the channel at the very least. I understand that money's a little tough because one, we're in a Biden-Harris economy, and if we're under a Harris-Walz economy, I think it's going to be the same bullshit. You know, we got to ask ourselves, who's going to be better for the economy? I firmly believe Donald Trump will be, and I really hope he wins, man. I think we really can't take another 4 more years of this. I also, my prediction, this is just a pure prediction, I think that the markets may crash if Harris wins. I think that investors will lose all confidence in America because the reason is she proposed that unrealized gains tax on the rich, on the super wealthy. You do realize that if you start implementing unethical ideas onto rich people, it ends up trickling down eventually to the lower class, middle class, lower class, whatever class you call yourselves, whoever you may be out there. Bad ideas on the ultra rich end up eventually going also down to the ultra poor, is what I'm trying to say. If you buy a house, and this will eventually trickle down to you. So if Kamala Harris is a communist, and communism is full of bad ideas, and taxing unrealized gains is stupid. You're basically taxing somebody on an increased value, on something going up in value. So if you buy a house for $100,000 and that value of the house increases by $200,000, and then the government's like, oh, we need to tax you $100,000 on that unrealized gain on your house. So our tax rate is, I don't know, 25%, let's say. So 25% of $100,000, well, that's 25,000. And so it's $25,000. Can you please pay us the $25,000 you owe in this unrealized gains tax? And then you're thinking to yourself, holy shit, I don't have $25,000 to give to the government right now because it's all tied up in my house. So unrealized gains taxes are the epitome of unethical. And it just blows my mind that no Kamala Harris voter thinks about that. Kamala, or whatever the fuck her name is. People don't think about that, and it blows my mind. Unrealized gains taxes are the most unethical piece of shit legislations that could ever come out. And the fact that she wants that and supports that should be a major red flag to people who actually care about our economy, who care about their own pockets. Because eventually, by the way, another fun fact about federal income tax. This is not another, but this is a fun fact about federal income tax. It started out back in the day as something that was done to people who were ultra wealthy. And then eventually, once they did it on the ultra wealthy, then they did it on the wealthy, then the middle class, and the lower class. Now everybody has to do federal income tax. What I'm trying to say is that unethical bill may start with the rich, the ultra wealthy, and you think it doesn't affect you. It will eventually affect you is what I'm trying to say. So don't kid yourself at all. Unethical ideas on anybody will eventually fuck you. It'll eventually fuck you. So trust me, it'll eventually screw you. Let's see. Gabriel Martinez says, don't you think inflation has a lot to do with COVID since the entire globe is still dealing with similar problems? I don't know. I really don't know. That's a good question. I'm going to think about that real quick. What do you think inflation? I mean, COVID played a part. Because, first off, America was printing money. They were debasing their own currency, so that didn't help. Every other country was printing money. They were debasing their own currency. That didn't help. Also, all currencies are not backed by anything of real value, so that doesn't help either. Interest rates were extremely low for a while, which doesn't help. It just makes money cheaper. Hey, if money's cheaper to borrow, by the way, everybody's going to try to take out a loan for something. Everybody. Whether it's a mortgage, whether it's anything, really. But when interest rates are low, the price of assets go up through the roof. So, well, there's that. Gabriel Martinez says, also, doesn't it seem like the rich are screwing the middle class? How can the middle class do all the work but see so few of the profits? Well, first off, by the way, if you want to see the profits, invest. It's as simple as that, dude. Like, here's the thing. I work. I work my ass off, right? And one thing I learned is if you're just a little bit fucking responsible, really, like if you work your ass off, as I work my ass off and make an okay amount of money, I not just work my ass off, I work smart. That's another thing. Work smart, work hard. And stop blaming all your problems on the outside world. That's another thing. I think the problem is, look, do the rich make way more money than me? Yes. But I'm not going to base my life off of a script of envy. If I did, I'd be as broke as most of my generation. I don't live off of the idea of envy. I hate envy. I think the whole idea of envying other people because they have more than me is ridiculous. Yeah, rich people make more. Yeah, rich people have made money off the backs of me. That's fine. I mean it. I really don't care because guess what? I don't have to run the business. I just have to work for it. Now, another fun fact is I invest in a lot of different businesses. I have tons of investments. I'm highly diversified. My point is I took personal responsibility to become an owner while being an employee. You could be an owner by just owning stocks. Simple as that. And you don't even have to run the company. You still get to be an owner, but you don't have to make any of the huge decisions. If people realize that all they have to do is just buy and hold great companies on the side while working and maybe, I don't know, learn a little bit of delayed gratification and stop smoking pot, but maybe everybody be okay. And that's a little bit rough because, look, I have my own vices too. I love alcohol. I've been drinking a little bit every now and then. What I'm trying to say is that if you have a vice, try to, lessen it a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm going on a rant right now, for sure. I feel like I sound like one of those guys from GTA Radio, one of those GTA radio stations, the Grand Theft Auto game. My buddy Billy actually made me realize that the other day. But yeah, no, from what I've been able to tell, I don't think the rich screw the middle class. I think first off, the government actually screws the middle class, one, by printing too many dollars. You know what I mean? You print too many dollars, it artificially increases the price of everything else because the price has to be passed down to the consumer. Corporations still need to make a fucking profit, by the way. They need to make a profit. And the only way to grow and expand is to make a profit. That's just business 101. And look, honestly, capitalism's not that bad. Trust me. I'm not saying that I've come from countries that are ruled by communism and socialism. Thank goodness, because I've grown up in America. I'm a lucky son of a bitch. But I also am, I come from a Mexican descent. My grandpa Garza came from Mexico, right? I come from a middle-class family. No, I'm just kidding. But what I'm really trying to say is this. At the end of all this, I think that Trump is just going to be better for the economy. I really do. I think that if you get Kamala as the main dog, you're screwing everybody. So anyway, Yager's Farm says, "Hey, big dog, what up, Yagers? My boy Jim, dude. What a beast. Sav. I love Yagers. This guy's a man. Honestly, like Yager's Farm, it's so funny. It does sound like a brand of something. You know how like there's like Pepperidge Farm, right? You could have Yager's Farm and sell, I don't know what you grow for the most part or what you have on the farm, but fucking milk that shit, dude. Milk that shit. Let's see. Gabriel Martinez says it's not about envy. And speaking of profits, how can most corporations be seeing record profits, but wages haven't moved at all? That's the definition of screwing over the people doing the work. So Gabriel Martinez says, let's see. I'm thinking real quick. Well, I mean, honestly, think about it this way. wages are not going to increase as quickly as the profits. Think about this. Why do you think the profits have gone up? Why do you think the earnings have gone up? Because of increased dollar supply into the overall chain of dollars, because we keep printing fucking money, a ton of money, which causes the inflation, which causes the fact of the price of goods to go up, right? When the price of goods go up, like, this is economics 101. You got to listen to this. The price of goods have to go up. It has to be passed on to the consumer. The reason the profits go up, the reason the earnings go up, is because people are still buying these products at higher prices. They still need them. And yeah, the earnings do go up. Profits do go up. But that's an artificial increase of the profits. Anyway, the reason the wages don't go up is because government keeps fucking the worker. So the question is, who's fucking the worker more? The government, who keeps injecting more money into the supply, forcing inflation to happen, forcing the cost of goods to go up, or the fucking employer, who gave an increase in wages maybe no more than 4 months ago, but that's the thing. Usually corporations don't give wage increases for, like, they do it every quarter, right? It's a quarterly thing, or I don't know, bi-yearly, however most corporations do it. Depends on the corporation. I don't know. The thing is, you should stop being mad at the corporations. You can be mad at them if you want. There are some things that corporations do that piss me off. Don't get me wrong. They're not angels either. But the government, you gotta point the finger at the government at some point and be like, stop printing so much fucking money. Stop ruining our currency. We are lucky, by the way. We are lucky we're the reserve currency of the world, because if we weren't, we would be a third world country in fucking no time. Anyway, that's my rant. Yager's Farm says, we have had Trump. We know what we have in Trump. Exactly. Yager's Farm says, I used to have a business called Yager's. I love that name because it's mine. That's pretty dope, dude. That's pretty fucking dope. I love it, man. I say milk it, man. You got to get Yager's back, dude. You got to get Yager's, turn Yager's Farm into a real business, bro. I love it. I'd love to see that, brother. Gabriel Martinez says, this has been a decade-long trend. Yeah. Of course it has, because government keeps fucking printing the dollars, dude. Of course it's going to be a trend. It's been, dude, the government has been debasing our currency for years and years and years. And it's tough for corporations to keep up, right? Corporations want to keep up. They would love, no, seriously, like, government only creates more problems. Gabriel, if you don't see that the government's the root cause, I don't know what to tell you, my man. Government prints too much fucking money. Too much. Debasing the supply. There's a reason corporations can't keep up, all right? Because corporations are a little slower to the draw. That's for sure. And yeah, by the way, I just want to say this. Everybody says corporate greed, right? Okay. Everybody's greedy, right? Everybody is. From you, Gabriel, to me. We're greedy. We're all in our self-interest, but I'm not saying this as a pessimist, by the way. I'm not a pessimist. I do believe that we're also out for other people's interests. We want to see other people succeed. We want to see ourselves succeed. Human beings are a mixture of selfish and selfless. Now, corporations and government are ran by people who are both selfless and selfish. You could be both, actually. It's not a contradiction, surprisingly. People would like to believe it is, but if you really get imaginative, you'd start to realize that everybody's a mixture of selfish and selfless. Nobody's 100% anything. Some people may be more than others. But what I'm really trying to say is that the government is fucking shit up. Government's printing too much fucking money. Look at most economists. Look what most economists say. Most economists would agree with me. And I would agree with most of those economists. What I'm really trying to get at is this. Government's been the problem for a while. I don't trust the government. I really don't. Like, my trust in the government is so low. It just is. I don't understand how people can blindly trust a government who has screwed. Then yeah, you're right. It's a decade-long trend because the government keeps printing money. Has been printing money for decades, by the way, screwing the money supply, making the cost of goods go up because the more you're creating by the way, you're creating artificial demand when you keep injecting more created dollars into the money supply, right? You're just creating an artificial demand. It's not a natural growth. There's no natural growth there. So the reason the profits go up is because, well, the dollar's going lower, the cost of everything is a little bit more, and yeah. That's why stocks are so inflation proof, because companies, in order to survive, have to pass the costs caused by inflation to the consumer in their products. And the consumer is going to get pissed. They're going to stomp their feet. I stomp my feet when I look at the price of like toilet paper and stuff. And I'm like, fuck, still need it. Still going to buy it. I get pissed. But you know, that's the way it is. I hope I made my point, is all I'm trying to say. I hope I made my point. I hope I made some sort of point. Anyway, Lickity's Nuts says, don't forget energy prices tripling in the last 3 years. That affects every item in your life. Abso-fucking-lutely. Lickity's Nuts, you could not be further from the truth, man. You're right on the money. I don't know, man. It's just, I get a little frustrated because I feel like there's a level of ignorance. Like, everybody wants to blame the corporations for everything. But dude, blame the government. Government's the problem. It always is the problem. Like, study societies throughout time where government has too many regulations that it imposes upon businesses, where government gets its hand a little too deep into everything. We don't want more government, you guys. We don't want more regulation. It may seem like a good idea. It may seem like the ethical thing to do to look out for the workers. But honestly, government doesn't give two shits about the workers. And yeah, you're right. I don't think the corporations do either. Hopefully they're ran by an ethical CEO who actually does care. You know, it depends. But that's why there's multiple corporations. Sadly, there's one central government. It would be interesting if government was more like a business or when there were multiple governments, right? Multiple governments of the United States. I don't know if that's a good idea. That might be a bad idea. Luckily, there's multiple branches of government in the U.S., thank goodness, because if there wasn't, the separation of powers need to remain. But yeah, I don't know. But I do believe that corporation interests and government interests, so business and government should not be sleeping in the same bed together. That needs to stop. Really needs to stop. I think that would solve a lot of problems if businesses stop laying in bed with government. So that's my take on it, at least. Anyway, that's my take on it. It's the greatest take, the smoothest take. Oh, it is the smoothest take of them all. My butthole is smooth. My asshole is gray. If I tell you I'm sorry, I wanna lick at these nuts. Oh, you gotta lick at these nuts. Lick on these nuts. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, though, or send us super chats. Either way, I'm always appreciative of anything people send me. You don't have to send. By the way, super chats are not a requirement. Just want to say that. But if you do want to advertise something on this channel, actually super chats are a good way to do it. So if there's anything you want to advertise, I recommend super chats. Send a message that you want to advertise, and boom. It's just a simple way to just basically put up ad space, I guess, on a, if you think my channel has a good amount of viewers and stuff. But overall, yeah. But subscribing to the channel is the most important thing. So please subscribe. We need as many subscribers as we can muster. It just makes the channel grow that much bigger. I think there's a lot of people who are just kind of tired of politics. So I think it's going to be great to see this election finally over. I will be. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be disappointed if Kamala Harris wins. I will be disappointed. I will say that. I think she will be bad for this economy. I think she'll impose too many regulations. I think she'll try to make that unrealized gains tax happen. And you know what? Hopefully, even if we don't, by the way, even if we don't win the presidency, if we can at least win the House of Representatives, I'll be okay with that for sure. Or wait, do we have the House? I think we have the House. No, wait, we have the Senate. We have the Senate, I think. I can't remember actually what we control. I'll have to look that up actually. But no, look, I don't want one party ruling everything. I think it's a bad thing. Be honest, I think that discussion needs to happen. So as much as I want a red wave across the board, I do believe that there should be multiple parties in multiple seats of the House and the Senate. I am tired of the two-party system, though, to a degree. I believe there should be more options than just there are more options, but sadly nobody takes those other options seriously. They just think it's a wasted vote. And I think we as a collective somehow have to make the third party seem a third party candidate more important, third or fourth, whatever you call it. Green Party exists, Libertarian Party exists. Gotta pick my nose a little bit. Hold on, there we go. Just gotta check something real fast. I gotta make sure that my lineup is set on fantasy football real quick. I realized I didn't really. Oh, Brian Robinson is out. Oh my god. Okay, I need to put in a different running back. Hold on. All right. Okay. Woo! Oh my god. All right, so I got Tyrone Tracy playing instead. Thank goodness, man. I thought Brian Robinson was gonna play, but I guess he's injured. He's not doing well. Shit. Let's see here. All right. Make sure my lineup is totally locked down. We got Tyrone Tracy. Okay, good. Good. I got my lineup set. Damn. Look at these nuts says for Trump to get everything done in one term, it would sure help to have House and Senate for sure. Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, I agree with that, man. Overall, I'm just a huge fan of. I want to see what Trump's capable of, man. I want to see what he could pull off, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I look at it like this. If we can't get the executive branch, I sure hope as hell we have control of the House and the Senate. That's really what I want to see. I hope that we have control of the House and the Senate. Because if we can't get Trump elected, because I think a lot of people are tired of the woke agenda. I think really people are. They're tired of seeing what Bidenomics has done to this country. People don't have faith in Harris. I really don't think people really do. I look at these YouTube polls that I do every time, and it always seems to be like either 70-30 Trump ahead, 75-25 Trump. I think the poll this time around is we had 12 votes in this poll, and it says which presidential candidate will be better for your stock portfolio. And we got the whole shebang, I'm going to see if this is a little bit better. See, I'm going to try an audio experiment here. As much as I love having two pop filters, I'm going to just kind of experiment here and see if removing one of the pop filters makes the sound quality a little bit better. I don't know if it will. Hopefully it does. All right. But yeah, I think what we're really seeing here is just message. But no, I just want to thank you guys though for honestly viewing on this episode. This is great. Um, I do want to thank YouTube for actually getting me approved for getting super chats. This has been quite a surprise, if you ask me, for being enabled to get super chats. I think it's great. What it really allows me to do is it allows me to have that extra source of income outside of my work, which is really nice. And you know, I still do like DoorDash and stuff like that on the side. Let's see. Let's see. Look at these nuts says yes, so we could stop these wackos from doing madness. Yeah. I do think that, you know, as long honestly, if we have control of at least the House and the Senate, that's great. And who knows? Maybe this red wave does need to happen completely. You know, we gotta de-wokeify, man. I mean, here's the thing, man. A vote for Kamala Harris, Kamala, is a vote for woke. We're tired of woke. We're tired of. There's a lot of people out there who are just tired of feeling guilty for who they are. You know, I think that the thing is, a lot of Americans, there's this myth that white people feel guilty about everything, right? I think it's just Catholics. Catholics need to stop. We need to stop. First off, here's the thing. I don't think I suffer from the same level of white guilt that everybody else suffers from because I'm part Mexican. And I really believe that. I don't know if there's like some sort of ingrained thing. Because like, think about it. How many Mexican dudes really feel guilty about being Mexican or at all, right? How many? Well, I'm a Mexican man, 25% Latino. I'm Latino, believe it or not, by the way. But yeah, I'm just 75% like European and stuff like that, and Italian and all that, and French, surprisingly, and Irish. It's fucking wild. I am a living human mutt, by the way. What I'm trying to get at is maybe I just don't suffer the same. Maybe if I was like 100% white, maybe I would have white guilt, but I think the 25% Mexican in me makes it to where I can't feel guilty about being white. If that makes sense. I don't know. But it's funny shit, man. So yeah, I just don't feel guilty at all about being white. I don't think I ever will either. It's just tough for me to want to feel guilty about being white. Or Mexican. I just don't feel guilty about being either. You know, I can't control what race I am unless I want to, like, you know, my DNA is my DNA, you know. I mean, maybe I could modify it, who knows? But and maybe through the CRISPR technology, we can make humans better. But that's just bullshit. Let's see. Oh, Yager's Farm says, I just posted 2 videos to my page. My duck ate from my hand today. Hey, guys, by the way, quick shout out to my boy Yagers. Subscribe to Yager's Farm. I'm going to look up the exact URL for it. Because I want you guys to see some really cool videos. I watched a couple of Yager's videos. And give me 1 second here. I got a Yager's. So if you look up Yager's Farm on YouTube, just type in Yager's Farm, and then yep, there's a hungry here. Look at that. That's awesome. Big Jim, and here you go. That's awesome, dude. Somebody's hungry here. Look at that. Goodness. So you get cute little videos like that, man. If you go to Yager's Farms page, make sure you guys. I better be subscribed. Hold on. I'm subscribed. Hold on. Yeah, I'm subscribed. Sweet. So Yager's has 62 subscribers. We need Yager's to get to 1,000, by the way. But Yager's Farm says, "Oh hell no, white guilt. That's mental people who do their best to change my way of thinking, living, and breathing." Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the whole white guilt movement. But I will say, you guys, I do have to go here in just a second. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in on the live stream. The reason I got to go, I got to head out. I got to go meet my girlfriend real quick, hang out with her for a while, and I'm going to go watch a little bit of football as well. Obsessed over my fantasy football stuff that I do. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. More subscribers we get, the more we're pushed out to YouTube on the search algorithms. Make sure you guys check out Yager's Farm, by the way, dude. Just, if you look up Yager's Farm in the search, you'll find some pretty cool videos by him. But his name's Jim, by the way. And what a beast. And he says, well, thank you, Bubba. Yager says, good seeing you. Thank you. Tell her I say hi. Hell yeah. No, we'll do, man. Hey, thank you, Yagers. I appreciate you, man. I know your name's Jim, but I just want to keep calling you Yagers, man. I hope that's all right. I love saying the name Jim, but also I'm just like, dude, Yagers is so I don't know why it's so much fun to say. So I hope you're okay if I just interchange between Jim and Yagers, but it's just too much fun for me, man. I don't know. I got name ADD sometimes. So anyway, I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Thank y'all. Hey, and also shout out to Gabriel Martinez. I appreciate you. I don't know if you're still in the chat at all, but thank you for posing those questions. I may not agree with your outlook, man, but that was badass, by the way. Oh shit!
Damn, you're very sexy.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, dude! Thank you, Yagers. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna reply to that super chat real quick. Give me 1 second. That was badass, by the way. Oh shit!
Damn, you're very sexy.
Oh shit! The greatest of all Hell time. Yeah, dude. Thank you, Yagers. I appreciate it, man. I'm going to reply to that super chat real quick. Give me 1 second. No, thank you, Yagers, man. I appreciate it. I want to give you a like. Oh, we got to give him a heart, too. Oh, shit. Right,
damn, you're very sexy.
I love replying to those super chats, though, by the way. Anytime I see them, I'm like, oh, shit, this is so dope. So I appreciate you, man. I really do. Give me 1 second. Like I was saying earlier to everybody before I go, make sure, dude, Yagers has some really cool videos, by the way. You know, and also, Yagers, honestly, I want to say give you a like. Oh, we got to give him a heart, too. Oh shit!
Damn, you're very sexy.
I love replying to those a lot of animals on his channel. I mean, anytime I see him, I'm like, oh shit, this is so dope. So I appreciate you, man. They're like, really do. The cute little kitties. Give me 1 second. Like I was saying earlier to everybody before I go, make sure, dude, Yagers has some really cool videos, by the way. One of these days, honestly, I want to say give you a like. Oh, I got to give him a heart to bring my laptop.
Damn, you're very sexy.
I love replying to those a lot of animals on his channel. I mean, anytime I see him, I'm like, oh shit, this is so dope. So I appreciate you, man. They're like, really do. All right, thank you, Yagers. I appreciate you, man. Like I was saying earlier to everybody before I go, make sure, dude, Yagers has some really cool videos, everybody. One of these days, honestly, I want to say give you a like. Oh, I got to give him a heart to bring my laptop.
Damn, you're very sexy.
I love delay happening. All right, get you.